Welcome to Fear-Free Friday with a quote from Joss Whedon, who said, "I write to give myself strength. I write to be the characters that I am not. I write to explore all the things I'm afraid of." I love that quote because that really epitomizes why writing is so important. Whether you're writing a book, whether you're writing your own personal story as a way of dealing with your past history, it's such a fantastic way of getting in touch with what lives up in here and what lives down in here. Two really critical things. So, hi there, my name is Christopher Diamani. It is my pleasure, it is my passion to empower nonfiction authors, perhaps an author just like you, so you can turn your dream of writing a book into your published reality. So you can have the impact that you know you were born to make in this world, so that you can finally strip yourself of all that baggage from the past and move forward into that life that you both long for and deserve. So that's what I want to explore today in terms of this quote. So Julia Cameron's morning pages, writing 3 pages longhand every day, which is really just another way of saying journaling, is a powerful way to explore your mind, your feelings, and the deepest desires you have for your life. It's a great way to explore all those things. It's also a fantastic way to uncover what's troubling you, what is keeping you up at night, what's preventing you from taking that next step forward because perhaps you're living in fear instead of in faith and in courage, and gratitude. I always want to include the gratitude. The key to this process is to allow yourself that psychological safety that lets you be vulnerable, open, and honest with yourself, perhaps for the very first time. It's a scary, scary thing to be vulnerable. Yet when we approach dealing with the issues that are going on in our life, whether that's our fear, whether it's our lack of courage, whether it's our lack of gratitude, or whether it's just trying to find a much better way to live my own life, when you approach your journaling, your morning pages, whatever you want to call them, with this approach, with this attitude, you'll quickly discover what truly matters to you. And you'll also discover perhaps some new and better ways of dealing with whatever's going on in front of you today. Always important as well. So when you bring this vulnerability, this openness, and this honesty to your nonfiction writing, guess what? You're going to connect at a much deeper level with your readers. Because even though you may not say something specifically on the page, when you're approaching your writing with this vulnerability, with this courage to be open, honest, and vulnerable, that can't help but flow through whatever words come out. And when you put that much energy, effort, and emotion into the words on the page, of course it's going to lift off that page and fly into your reader's heart. It has to. It has to. So use this process to connect deeply with your readers. But of course, this entire process begins with you. It begins with your willingness to do this internal work. It begins with me, with my willingness to do the internal work first before I ever write the first word of my book. Because the only way I can truly serve others is if I'm first truly being honest with myself. And is it scary? Of course it is. It's always scary, especially when we're sharing things for the very first time. I'll equate it back to doing these videos. When I first started these, I was terrified to be on camera because I'd spent an entire film career being behind the scenes, and if I got caught on camera, it's because I was screwing up. So to be on camera intentionally, that took a minute to get over. I love the process now today, but it required me to be open and honest with myself. And the more comfortable I got with me being on camera, the easier it became for me to be open, honest, and vulnerable, not just with myself, but with you as well. Really important stuff. And sometimes I find myself saying stuff I hadn't intended to, because I do script out the notes of what I want to say. But I also give myself that freedom to go off onto flights of fancy like I'm doing right now. But it took a lot of internal work to get to that place where speaking to you directly through this medium became something that I was not only willing to do, but that I embraced with enthusiasm and with Just, yeah, enthusiasm. What better word is there than that? But it all helps me serve you better. That's the point of it all, truly. Now, as I've said repeatedly, I think, this work requires immense courage. It truly does. But when you face your fears with courage, with commitment, this commitment to face these things head on, guess what? You discover that, like, just about every single one of your fears, this latest one is just nothing more than a boogeyman trying to scare you back into your comfort zone where everything is safe and comfortable and you never take a chance in your life. It's also the worst place in the world to live for a creative individual, because all the magic happens outside the comfort zone. That's where all the magic and the miracles go on. We have to step outside our comfort zone, outside of our own personal safety net, if you will, and embrace the courage and the commitment to face those fears. And the moment you do, you're going to discover what I learned a long time ago, is they will run scurrying like little cockroaches looking for dark, because they can't stand the light of day shining upon them. They simply can't. So if you're struggling with your courage today, I highly encourage you to explore Joshua 1:9. It's one of my favorite Bible verses on courage. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid, nor be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you forever, wherever you go. This is such a fantastic reminder that we were not created to be fearful, terrified human beings. We were created to be these amazing, courageous, committed individuals fighting for the very best possible life for ourselves, for our family, for our friends, and for the community that we serve. All of that requires immense levels of courage. It really does. But when we approach it with this biblical mindset, it's really easy, because all those fears, you just discover that they're just boogeymen. But if you're struggling to find the courage to move forward, or you're procrastinating because you know you need to move forward, but you're picking out every excuse in the world to not, then perhaps what you need is a little bit of magic, an intense session where you and I will explore what matters to you most. We'll uncover why writing this book is so important to you, why this book is on your heart with the weight that it is. And we're also going to discover how to build your own personal roadmap for author success, so that whatever the circumstances of your life, this plan will be tailored specifically to you. It won't work for me because my life is different than yours. My particular challenges will be different than yours, but we'll build this plan together, you and I, one-on-one. It'll probably take us somewhere between 4 and 6 hours. But at the end of this process, all of your fears will be slain, all of your doubts will be gone, and you'll be just left with this profound sense of knowing deep in your heart that not only are you meant to write this book, but now that every single question you had is answered. You know what you want to write, you want to know why you want to write it. You'll come out with a complete, detailed author outline, so that you never have to struggle with, well, what do I write next? You'll always know exactly what you write next. And that's the beauty of this roadmap. You'll discover when your best writing times are. We'll schedule your writing sessions to guarantee your success. All of the details that you require, both mindset and the tools, we deliver it all. So if that's something that will help you jumpstart your author journey, then I highly encourage you to go to authorcoach.click/roadmap. Check out the details there, and then schedule a call with me. We'll talk about where you're at and if this is the right step for you. It may not be. And if it's not, then I will happily tell you that. And if it is, then perhaps this is the opportunity you've been waiting for, the opportunity that will help you kick open those doors of possibility so that you can live your ideal life and be fulfilled doing the thing you know you were put here to do. So with that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will talk to you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bye for now.